Childhood trauma is intergenerational. So in my family, my grandmother was the victim of childhood trauma in an addictive family. My mother was a victim of childhood trauma. And unfortunately, the pattern it persisted in my own early childhood, where I encountered many adverse childhood experiences that were directly related to having an abusive, addicted father who had been through his own story of historical trauma in his family. Fortunately, like most young people who are able to persevere in the face of adversity, I had a lot of mentors and caring adults who were celebrating the strengths that I demonstrated, giving me opportunities to be competent in a variety of arenas, from photography to debate and through athletics. And so all of those experiences led me to believe that I could accomplish big things and things that I previously thought were really difficult. I was the first person in my family to go to college, and in my experiences in college, I became very, very passionate about the empowerment of women and girls, especially women and girls who had confronted a lot of trauma. So that led me to found the first Girls Inc. chapter in Portland, Girls Inc. of Northwest Oregon. And I did that for about 10 years. It took some time to move home to the southern Oregon coast to be near my family. And then I was asked to visit Daybreak, and upon my first visit, I was struck by how dilapidated the facilities were. But that the stories of the children that were there were very much mirrored the story of my childhood, of many of the people that I knew who had experienced adversity. And I knew at that moment that I needed to do something to improve the quality of the environment in which we're providing care for both boys and girls who have experienced trauma, and as a result of, for many of them, have ended up in a situation where they're actively addicted or actively within their mental illness. I think that there is an inverse relationship between resilience and gratitude. When you realize every day what you have to be grateful for, the things that seem frustrating or a source of great depression or angst are relatively small in the grand scheme of things. Storytelling is a really, really important part of cultivating resilience in communities. For every person who shares their story of their adversity and is able to genuinely connect that story with a warm hug, as my staff and our volunteers do at Daybreak every day, that within itself is such a huge source of inspiration for all of the people that we touch.